Shai Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halayim Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the occupant that are pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this reaches the ears of the hopeful elect. All right, and so by the Spirit, I stumbled upon this one because I was actually looking for something else, referring to how the military are going to be the ones, the first, uh, the first victims, okay, or the guinea pigs to take this the ship or this vaccine. All right, and I say all that to say just because you know, the majority of Israelites, okay, are joining the service for the reason of security, okay, security as far as being a government official or being within the government. You have a steady paycheck. You have all these health benefits. Okay, so when you don't have to necessarily worried about getting laid off of your job due to worldly events or whatever may happen, you know. But the majority of Israelites are joining the service because they're the for one, those are the ones who are being targeted, through these recruiting stations or whatnot. These recruiters are going to these schools of you know impoverished, or low poverty areas in the ghettos and things of that nature. If you look at any recruiting station, that's where they're located. They're not usually located in the rich and in the wealthy parts of town, okay? Because they're trying to get numbers. Because you can convince Jake, Salaki, you can convince Jake to to join something, and the way that they say, be a part of something bigger than you. I was a victim of that too. You know what I'm saying? But it's easy for Jake to just be convinced, because for one, they've never seen the amount of money that comes through their account. Especially if you coming straight out of high school. Now if you got a degree, that's something different. At least you got something to fall back on. But they trying to get people straight out of high school to the point where they're dependent on the government. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just trying to make a point to why I was searching for what I was looking for, and then I stumbled upon this one. The Spirit brought me to this one, so I had to read it. And this is you know a critical topic, a critical point, that I had to bring out and post, man. But it says that this is the article. This is the courts, right? It says once U.S. healthcare workers get a coronavirus vaccine, who will be next? We all know who it is. You just based off of looking on this photo, you already know who it is. You already know who they trying to target. Look at the one administering. Look at the one who's receiving it. All right, you don't see it the other way around. All right, but let me just get to the point. All right, so this is what I was reading this, and this is what came up, man. It says more than mere risk. It says whether the government focuses on the most vulnerable or those spreading the disease, some global health experts are making serious argument for prioritizing vaccine recipients based on race. All right, so race is they try to categorize race based off of a color, which goes to show how carnal they are, man. All right, that just goes to show how carnal. Let me just pull that scripture real quick, man. All right, this is Romans 7:14. It says, "For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal." So, well, Slakia. So that's not the point. That's what I'm not trying to make. Slakia, bear with me. Right. So all right, we'll just get this. Romans 8 and 7. Well, we'll just jump up a little bit. All right. So Romans 8 and 6, it says, "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High. For it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High." Right. So that just goes to show how carnal they are, man. Because they looking on the outer appearance, man. But it just goes to show, having that carnal mind, that mind state, man. You enmity, you an enemy of the Most High, and He's not. You can't please Him that way. You can't look on black and white, because this is not a black and white thing. Being a Hebrew Israelite is not about black and white. But that's the first thing they want. They wanna proclaim that to be. These black Hebrew Israelites. They're a hate group. It's not about being black, man. It's about your heritage. It's about your bloodline. It's so-called white people that are Hebrew Israelites, whether they know it or not. It's some black people that are not Hebrew Israelites. So you can't look at this thing like, you can't look at it carnally. You can't look at it from a carnal perspective. That's exactly what Esau was doing, man. But here's the point, man. This is what kind of got me going. It says Latino and Black Americans are more likely to work jobs that don't permit them to work from home, which is true. Most jobs that permit you to work from home are usually like your teachers, okay? Though your engineers, those blue collar jobs, man. All right, so those are typically the people who are able to work from home. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are of those that require us to go to work. Whether it be working in a retail store or a fast food joint, or whatever the case may be. That's who they're targeting. Because Latino and Black Americans are more likely to work in jobs that don't permit them to work from home, such as transport and service jobs that create greater risk of spreading the coronavirus. So it's planned, man. It's targeted. It's targeted towards a certain group of people. So that's why they try to put a face to the virus, because the Israelites, the Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are those who are working in these places, running more of a risk of spreading the virus. So they got to tie it to something. Of course, they don't want to tie it to where it initially came from, right? But whatever, man. It just goes to show, man. Like, Esau is done. Esau done, man. It says, and Black and Latino people face against significant personal risk, being twice as likely to die from coronavirus as white people. Questions of if and how vaccine priorities should consider race has sparked the most debate within the advisory committee on immunization practice, a panel currently drawing up plans, according to the New York Times. At an ACIP meeting in July, Dr. Sharon Frey, a professor of infectious disease at St. Louis University, said disproportionate impact of coronavirus on Black and Latino people must be taken into account. I think it's very important that the groups get into high tier, she said. Maybe not an entire group, but certainly to address people who are living in urban areas in these crowded conditions. And another word for urban is ghettos. All right. That's why when they talk about, you listening to urban music or urban clothing, we're talking about the way Jake dressed, man, and the way the music that Jake listened to. That's all they're referring to, man. It says it's racial inequality that produced the underlying diseases, and it's that inequality that requires us to prioritize by race and ethnicity. So that's what they're trying to do, man. They telling on themselves, man. They making themselves blatantly obvious of what they trying to do. What's their agenda? What's their mission? What they trying to do? They know they have but a short time, so they gotta try to get in where they fit in, quick and early. Because Yabashim Yahushua is on his way, and he ain't playing no games. He ain't about to come here, and they know it. They know it, and they're terrified. So they trying to get that last little bit of glory in their own little vain glory, and they gonna get it. They gonna get that little last bit. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, guess who's going into captivity? I don't even need to say it. So with Lord willing, this video was edifying. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. With that, I want to say Shalom.